All right, Mr. Pellerin, we are here ready to tell our students how we are keeping lions safe during the 2021-22 school year.
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. All right, Mr. Pellerin, tell me what's going to happen when a student comes in the front door.
When we have students that arrive through the front doors here. These doors will be unlocked when they come in the building. And if they drive, they'll come through this door, but we want all students, parents, anyone coming to our building to come through the front doors. When they come in the front doors, security will actually welcome them in at that point. And if they have a question about where they need to go, they can direct them at that point as well. So we want to make sure that our signage outside also says that the masks are required in our building. So mask, the appropriate way to wear the mask is to have it over your nose and mouth at all times. If you do not have a mask, you can get one in the main office. The only time that you are allowed to not wear your mask is at PE, during lunch, or if you have band outside.
Awesome.
You can take your mask off at that point, but otherwise it's mask on in every classroom all day in the buildings.
Wonderful. I also see we have a couple of hand sanitizers here at the front, so we're going to keep our hands clean and we're going to wear our masks. We're going to come in, check through security, and those doors are locked, correct, after the beginning of the school
After the
day?
beginning, they're locked, and they would have to be buzzed in by security to get in the building.
Fabulous. We'll use our fancy buzzer to make sure we keep everyone safe.
Exactly.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's head out to the bus loop. I have some questions that I'd love to ask you about keeping our lions safe on the bus loop.
Okay, let's go.
All right, Mr. Pellerin, we are out here on the bus loop, and I would just like to know from you, how are we keeping lions safe as they're arriving and departing from school?
Okay, if we look right down here, the buses enter in our loop right here. Each one of the buses will pull in the morning. They won't be in the designated lane in the morning. They're going to be in the closest spot available to get students in quickly. And they'll park in these numbered lanes right here, 2 buses per lane. And what we'll do from that point is they will stay on the buses, remain in their seats until they're given the cue to get off of the buses. When they get off of the buses, we have 3 entrances by which they can walk in the building. So they'll wait for us to give them a cue. They'll stay in their seat on their buses, and then we'll ask them to exit at that point.
Wonderful. So at the end of the day, when they come out, though, buses are in designated lanes. If we're doing it the same this year, academy buses are in the higher numbered slots, and then all of our neighborhood in-zone buses are in the first 20 or so.
That's correct. So just make sure, the very important tip for that is to make sure for dismissal, we will make sure that these buses are going to be in the same lanes every day. Even if there's a substitute bus, it will be in that same lane that your regular bus would be in. So always remember, the bus lane for dismissal will be the bus that you'll get on for dismissal.
Yep. That's very helpful. And I hope students are also remembering their addresses, their neighborhoods, and the bus number that they've looked up on web query, because that's going to be really helpful when we are helping students find their correct buses, especially when there is that bus number change for a substitute bus.
Right.
Tell me really quickly about the mask situation when it comes to buses and the bus loop.
Masks are mandatory on the bus.
Awesome.
Make sure the mask is appropriately being worn up over the nose and in your seats on the bus at all times, but mask on the bus arriving and dismissal.
Fabulous. All right, good to know. So we have masks from start to finish. All right, so let's head inside to the T. I have some questions for you about just class change and some general procedures.
Okay.
Awesome, thanks.
All right.
All right, Mr. Pellerin, so we're right here at the T, one of my favorite spots in the building. It's the crossroads from the front of the building and the academic wing and the bus loop. So talk to me about when students arrive in the building, how are they going to get breakfast and that class change process that's going to happen? When
students enter the front of the building, there will be a breakfast cart at the front of the building where they can pick up a grab-and-go breakfast. There's usually a cart right here at the T, so if they're going either way here, they can grab breakfast right here at the T. Also at the T here, you'll have all of the administrators who are out in the hallway in the morning, upstairs, at the T upstairs, down here, speak to your administrators. But then take your breakfast and head to class, and see you can eat your breakfast in the class. As you walk into every class throughout the day, make sure that you use hand sanitizer, and just remember to wash your hands frequently.
Definitely. Lots of hand washing, especially if we're going to be eating breakfast in the morning.
Right.
After the eating, we want kids to use hand sanitizer. We want kids to wash their hands. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Will there be a breakfast cart farther down the hallway as students come off of the buses?
There should be one down,
Okay.
centrally located where when they come in through stairwell 1, 2, or 3, those doors, that they can pick up one there.
Okay.
If there's not one there, there's the one that will be right here in the T that they can
Fabulous.
come right to the T and grab one and get back to their classes.
Great, great.
Right.
And we are on an A-B schedule next year, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So they're going to see all 8 of their classes throughout the school year, but only 4 of them on A day and 4 of them on B day.
That's correct.
Okay, wonderful. So it'll take probably a little bit to get used to that schedule, but with all that class changing and going to different places, we are really relying on the masks and the hand washing and the hand sanitizer.
And we just want to make sure that when they're transitioning between classes, that they keep a nice flow, no congregating in the hallways, get to your next class quickly,
Right.
and just make sure that there's a nice flow in the hallways so people are safe when they're
Right.
walking down the hallways as well.
Wonderful. Well, the last set of questions I have for you in the cafeteria. So if we could head that way, that would be great.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Okay, Mr. Pellerin, we are in the cafeteria for the last set of questions, and the big question everyone's asking, one lunch or multiple lunches?
As of right now, we're going to be doing multiple lunches. It's going to be 4 lunches. And when the students come in, they'll come into this area here, they'll walk in, and they'll be able to utilize the 2 lunch lines here behind us. It's a grab and go lunch, so it should go pretty quickly. If you have your lunch with you, you can automatically just go to a seat, have a seat. As you can see, we have round tables and we have long tables. We're going to be mindful of social distancing when we're eating, so we can eat in the cafeteria, we can eat in the commons, and then we can also, weather permitting, we have seating outside, which a lot of students like to enjoy eating outside and talking to their
would.
friends.
Yes.
But we're also going to wear masks in the cafeteria when you're not eating, and when you are eating, you can take your mask off at that point so that you can eat your food. Outside, you can have your mask off outside to eat outside because it's an open area. And if you choose to keep your mask on, you can keep your mask on outside as well.
Wonderful. Well, I feel like we have a great plan in place. We're going to keep our hands clean with sanitizer and washing them. We're going to keep those masks on properly. We're going to keep some distance between each other. Move quickly, not stay in line very long here, not stay in the hallways lingering very much. Get to our classrooms and get some awesome learning done this year. So I wish everyone the best year. It's going to be a wonderful time here at Tallwood High School, and the 2021-2022 school year, we're back in action.
Go Lions!